afternoon. Today on Yesterday's News, we have updates on the movement of Hugh Christie.
Christie is an undercover MI6 agent gathering intelligence in Germany.
For those of you who are unaware, Christie is a British man who got his education in Germany. He won the Silver Cross for his work during World War I as a fighter pilot. He began his spy business in 1930 when he started a business to cover up his undercover work.
Christie advanced quickly up the ranks with his help from Hermann Göring and his deputy Erhard Milch, as well as politician Karl Goller, Hans Ritter, and German diplomats Hans von Herwarth and Wolfgang Putlitz.
Let's ask him about his progress. Sydney?
Thank you. I'm here in Germany with the undercover MI6 agent Hugh Christie. Let's hope we don't blow his cover. Now, Mr. Christie, back in 1937, you reported to us about the future intentions of Adolf Hitler's plans to take Austria and Czechoslovakia. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Well, the crucial question is, when will the next step against Czechoslovakia be made?
That's an interesting question. When do you think that'll be?
It will not exceed 2 or 3 months unless France or England provides the deterrent.
Sounds interesting. Good luck to you with that.
Hey, is that one guy we thought was working for us?
Now a word from our sponsors.
The Red Scare, Communism, Stalin, War, Socialism, Inflation, Market Crash. Are you having nightmares about your seemingly inevitable doom? Well, we can help. With Soap Rose Pillow from Necrosis Incorporated, your bad dreams won't even be a distant memory. Our secret recipe blends herbs, flowers, and slightly unsafe chemicals into a soft, fluffy pillow for the best rest of your short, miserable life. And if you are too afraid that the secret police will come for you, and the regular strength Soap Rose pillow just isn't enough, go for our extra strength Syncope pillow, now with chloroform. Just one waft of those lavender scent will have a whole gang of communists out for the count for a full 48 hours, and have you in a calm, dreamless, void-like sleep for over 72 hours. You order the extra strength Syncope pillow, Necrosis Incorporated will throw in a Soap Rose pillow absolutely free. These pillows can be yours for just 4 small payments of 40 million marks. Necrosis Incorporated, saving the world from communist nightmares, one pillow at a time.
So, after one war, it looks like Japan and China are gearing up for yet another one.
Yep, that's right. Hostilities between Japan and China have spread to the Shanghai area, but it seems that both sides may not want to go to war after all.
We have heard from our sources that the Japanese government asked the United States for help ending hostilities on both sides.
The U.S. made a proposal on February 2nd. Now the article is very long, so we'll just summarize it.
First stated was hostilities would have to end on both sides.
Following the end of violence, neither side should prepare for war and withdraw their troops from the Shanghai area.
They would both have to protect the international settlement and work to create a more neutral area. Lastly, accepting the treaty would entail that all controversies would be settled by the aid of neutral overseers.
That proposal by the U.S., British, and Italian governments to Japan and China. China accepted all the conditions, but Japan, however, accepted all of them with the exception of the 2nd and 5th clause, which were neither side should prepare for war and all controversies would be settled with outside help.
Because both sides did not agree, the proposal inevitably failed.
However, shortly after Secretary of State Stimson proposed to the British and United States governments should invoke the Nine-Power Treaty and the Kellogg-Briand Pact, declaring that they considered the treaties to be fully binding and they would not recognize any situation created in violation of these documents to be valid.
Later that month, Secretary Stimson wrote a letter to Senator Borah, chairman of the Senate Committee on Foreign Relations, referring to a statement made by the United States that said that the same standard would be followed by governments of the world, then the legality of any title or right obtained by pressure or treaty violation would be fixed around the world.
These actions would lead to the restoration of China's rights and the titles which they have been deprived. The British government government, however, did not fully accept the suggestions from Stimson, but in a later Assembly of the League of Nations, the resolution was said it is incumbent that the members of the League of Nations not to recognize any situation, treaty, or agreement which may be brought about by means of contrary to the covenant of the League of Nations or to the Pact of Paris.
Which simply means that it is the duty of the League of Nations to not recognize anything that goes against the Pact of Paris.
We have Sydney Gore down at the Straits of China taking a look at what it's like for the people living there.
All right, thank you. We're here in the streets of China, just a few miles from where the attack took place. Now, as you can see, the place is deserted. There is nobody in sight. The fear and anxiety is so high right now. Fortunately for us, we were able to come across a lady who we were lucky enough to interview. Now, could you please tell us your opinions on Japan attacking China?
We didn't do anything wrong.
No, ma'am, you didn't. But how do you think they should fix it?
Well, they should withdraw their troops for one and stop the fighting. We don't want another world war.
Thank you. That's right, folks. You heard it here. Withdraw the troops. Stop the fighting. We don't want another world war. Think of the children. Back to you, Emily.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Everything that happened recently
Come back next week for this week's news.
on the best channel to catch up,
This is Emily Bell.
and Sydney Thomas on yesterday's news.
Oh my God.
Tell me,
What are we doing?
what is that?
It's you.
Dang. Chloroform. Chloroform helps you sleep at night. That's great.
Love each other.
Yeah.
Shirt is like none.
Gotta get jacked.
I just seen Kelly Clarkson.
Girl, where'd you get that pillow from?
Work that pillow.
So aesthetic. Girl, get back in the frame!
I'm dizzy. I can't see.
Ah!
Okay, come on, pay attention.
Wait, can you?
I'm sorry, what? Squirrels?
Ready?
You're Snapchatting. German names are.
Where's one?